It is encouraging to see the national unity government coming together to work for a better future for Afghanistan. We look forward to continuing our long-term partnership with Afghanistan. And I would today like to make 5 points. First of all, Denmark remains strongly committed to Afghanistan. In this regard, I am pleased to announce that a very broad majority in the Danish Parliament recently agreed to a new 3-year strategy for the Danish engagement in Afghanistan. The strategy confirms our sturdy pledge from Tokyo of a yearly level of development aid of approximately $90 million per year from 2013 to 2017. Afghanistan will be the largest recipient of Danish development assistance. I want to emphasize that the Danish population supports our engagement in Afghanistan, but their continued support will depend on the Afghan government's ability to deliver visible and concrete results, especially in the areas of good governance, anti-corruption and respect for human rights, and particularly women's rights. Secondly, we support full Afghan ownership of the country's development. Denmark welcomes the new Afghan government's reform plan and first initiatives on combating corruption. These steps really give hope. Now it's vital that reforms are clearly prioritized and implemented, and we look forward to being a partner in this process. Also looking forward to the imminent appointment of your ministers to fulfill the governmental working capacity. Thirdly, civil society has an important role to play. Civil society must hold the government accountable and contribute to ensure that reforms are clearly prioritized, workable, and effective. And I say this coming from a country where every time more than 2 Danes meet, they perform a civil organization. There we see that a strong and vibrant Afghan civil society is a particular priority for Denmark, and we remain committed to provide support. Fourthly, it is important that reforms are attentive to the needs and potentials of members of Afghan society who are particularly vulnerable. In this regard, I want to emphasize women and Afghanistan's many refugees and IDPs. In the area of women's rights and possibilities, big improvements have been achieved for and by the Afghan women, but much remains to be done. Involving men and boys and making them active agents of change remain key challenges in this domain. Afghanistan's millions of returned refugees and IDPs constitute a group that is often overlooked. Return and reintegration will be a long-term process and a national challenge that cuts across many policy areas. Denmark strongly backs the solutions strategy for Afghan refugees, and we urge the Afghan government to actively address this very important subject. Lastly, let me end by underlining that with today's confirmation of the strong partnership between the Afghan government and the international community, we are sending a clear signal, a clear message to the Afghan people, to our populations at home, and not at least to those who seek chaos rather than development and peace. Collectively, we are ready to work for a better future for Afghanistan. Thank you very much.